Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the CSTV. I'm your host, Kathleen Egaltoto, Madam CS, and this is The Striker. Stay tuned and have it raw and true. The Striker today, actually, we're going to look at why the handshake between Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta and President Ruto will not have any impact as far as, the political mileage of President Ruto is concerned in 2027. So, you realize that, slightly 1 week ago, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta and Ruto met and they had a discussion. A meeting that came as a surprise for many, not only the Kenyan citizens, but even the likes of Raila Amolo Odinga and the ODM party that actually is part of the broad-based government. People are, speculating what was the discussion, why did they meet, etc. We have seen the likes of Kimani Ichung'wah actually rapishing the meeting, saying that it's a normal meeting, the president can be invited by anybody, all those things. But as I've always said in this channel, in politics, everything has to do with interest. Politicians cannot just meet simply because they want to meet. No, they meet because they want to achieve something. And as I told you in my previous video, the meeting between Uhuru and Ruto has much to do with the 2027 presidential candidature for Ruto. Ruto is one person who needs the mountain and he needs the support of Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. But the question is, can this handshake actually give Ruto a political marriage? So this is what we want to actually discuss in this video today. And before we dive into this story, if you are new to this channel, kindly remember to subscribe, like, share, and comment on our videos. Turn on the notification bell so that the next time we're uploading a video, YouTube will automatically notify you. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your support. Thank you for tuning in. Kindly remember to like, share, and comment on our videos and tell us on the next theme that you want us to analyze. Now, it's one of the meetings that actually caught Kenyans by surprise, the meeting between Uhuru and Ruto. And so many things happened before even this meeting actually took place. It comes against the backdrop of the impeachment of Gachagua and the rising popularity of Gachagua in the mountain. Number two, it came after Kalonzo Musyoka had said something to do with friendship and solidarity that the Kenyatta family had shown him by simply attending his daughter's birthday, his daughter's wedding ceremony. It also came against the backdrop actually where we see there's a broad-based government. One of their senior principals, that is Raila, and his political party decided to form the to join the government, that is to join Ruto in the government, while the likes of Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, Eugene Wamalwa, and Kalonzo Musyoka just were left out. Now, Ruto is a man who is in panic mode because he's losing popularity and everything seems not to work for him as far as his support base is concerned. He's not only faced rejection in the mountain, but also from the church and from the Kenyan youth. So he has to strategize for 2027. And by meeting Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, that honestly must have been one of their agendas. We cannot just refute it. Must have been one of their agendas as to whether Uhuru will support him in 2027. And one reason why Ruto actually needs the Uhuru support, it's because Gachagua is gaining popularity in the mountain. And with Gachagua out of the government, Ruto thought that everything could be done. But unfortunately, the impeachment of Gachagua actually has played a very big role actually in depopularizing or making the president more unpopular in the mountain than when Gachagua was in that government. So by meeting Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, I think one of the things that Ruto was working on is, can I be able to silence Gachagua? If I and shake with Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, and Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta seems to be now the person the mountain is looking up to, maybe then I will start tilting the balance of power towards my side. But from where I stand, that one would not work. Why it will not work is because, number one, the mountain felt betrayed when Gachagua was impeached. And remember, the same Uhuru has told them that Ruto is a betrayer. And simply by impeaching Rigathi Gachagua, actually, it proved that actually all along Uhuru was right. And therefore, I don't think that a mountain that feels betrayed by impeaching one of their own will actually be convinced by just a handshake that has happened between two people who have not even told us exactly what they discussed and what was the deal behind that handshake. And therefore you realize that in as much as Rigathi Gachagua is a nightmare to Ruto, the handshake with Raila Amolo, with Ruto or with Uhuru is not going to help him in any way. In any case, Rigathi Gachagua is going to destroy them more. Why? Rigathi Gachagua has served both of them as a PA to Ruto and as a deputy president as a PA to Uhuru and as a deputy president to Ruto. So he knows all their dark secrets. Whatever they have done, any dirty thing they have done, he knows how they work. So there's no way that handshake, whatever coalition they want to form, it's going to work against Rigathi Gachagua. In any case, they are fueling Rigathi Gachagua to give out more secrets, to tell us what is happening, what happened with their Dan, what happened with the Shah, all those things. And therefore, I think at some point they may get even afraid and decide to keep quiet and not intimidate Rigathi Gachagua anymore. Number two, it has to do with actually the thing to do with the broad-based government. You know, if you can read, the moment Raila joined Ruto in the government, Raila started facing kind of opposition from even the people who actually in the first place used to support him. I'm sure you and me know one or two people who actually used to support Raila like for life, diehards and supporters of Raila. But the moment he unshook with Ruto, then that support went away. One of the person who was not comfortable with the handshake between Ruto and Raila is the likes of Babu Wino. We have seen actually the Gen Z saying Raila betrayed them. We have seen people saying that Raila betrayed them actually. And even because of that formation of the broad-based government, we have seen the Kenyan youth actually rallying and calling the African heads of states not to support or not to vote in Raila for the AU chairmanship. So you see actually that feeling of betrayal by handshaking with Ruto will be the same feeling of betrayal that will come in if Ruto dares have a handshake with Raila with Uhuru, and Uhuru says that now he's supporting Ruto. The moment Uhuru will stand somewhere and tell Kenyans now support Ruto, that feeling of betrayal, that is the time that Uhuru will lose his support base. He will lose actually the trust he has built among the Kenyans, both in the mountain and outside the mountain. And therefore, I just feel like if Ruto is actually banking on Uhuru saying Ruto tosha in 2027 and they get support out of it, then he has to recalculate himself well. Because the broad-based government actually already has shown that Kenyans don't want anybody who is actually handshaking with Ruto. So if he's banking on that one, then it means he's lost. He has to, he has to recalculate himself, because the moment Uhuru will tell the people now Ruto tosha, people will ask Uhuru, you told us Ruto is bad, so why are you telling us today he is good? Like, it is going to be very difficult for Uhuru to sell Ruto to Kenyans the same man he told us is bad. You understand? So, and from where I stand, there's no amount of handshakes that Ruto will have with actually Uhuru for him to be able to be sellable, or for Uhuru to sell him to the Kenyan people. You understand? Because at some point he's a very bad person. And then one of the reasons why Kenyans seem to be trusting Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta is because he told them Ruto is bad, and they have seen how the economy is taking them. And number two, the way Uhuru was outside the broad-based government. The moment he would have a handshake with Ruto, and the moment he will start supporting Ruto, that means he's part of now the broad-based government. And just like that, like Raila, he will lose that trust and that support actually Kenyans could have given him in the political realm. And then another thing, it has to do actually with the language, the messaging, you know, the kind of campaign that is being done by the opposition people. No, you look at the likes of Kebaso Morara, the likes of Okio Mtata, the likes of Kalonzo Musyoka, Eugene Wamalwa, and even Rigathi Gachagua. Their language is directly resonating with the Kenyan people. And we all understand that Ruto, from where he is, has lost the support of the church and the support of the Kenyans in general. Like, his popularity has gone down. And therefore, in as much as he may get the support of Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, that one will not automatically translate to the support of all Kenyans, because the language, the grievances, and the things that are being raised by his opposition actually resonates with the Kenyan people. And therefore, the opposition seem to have, you know, much weight and much trust among Kenyans than he himself. So from where actually I stand, the Uhuru-Ruto handshake is just no more like another handshake, because it's not going to benefit Ruto in any way politically. If maybe they will have the PPI process and all those things, and if it doesn't happen as a referendum, then they may have their way around in terms of expanding the executive, all those things. But as far as the 2027 presidential candidature and support is concerned, that handshake will do nothing actually in giving Ruto a political mileage. In any case, that handshake has given Rigathi Gachagua more strength, more energy, and more support. You know, it is legitimizing Rigathi Gachagua. It is making Rigathi Gachagua more popular. And by the end of the day, actually, if we continue like this, Rigathi Gachagua is likely to defeat these two people if they decide to come together. Rigathi Gachagua is likely to defeat them so badly. And therefore, if Rigathi Gachagua decides to support somebody else, that person is likely to get more support than the person Uhuru is likely to support. Those are my opinions. I don't know about yours. Comment them in the comment section below. And see you next time for another interesting video. Tell us on the team that you want us to analyze. But more importantly, actually, remember to subscribe, like, share, and comment on our videos. See you next time. Ciao, ciao.